On my award night, my family did not come. They went on a trip without me instead. But as I was leaving, my name is John, and I'm a 28-year-old man living in Denver. When they called my name, the auditorium vibrated with applause. Cameras flashed. My hand shook as I accepted the award I had worked so hard for over the years. But the seats I had saved in the front row, 5 of them, marked with their names, remained empty. My family wasn't there. As I left the stage, the award felt cold in my hand. Someone brushed past me, a stranger whispering in my ear, "Welcome home." And when I looked down, a key was in my hand. My phone buzzed. 66 missed calls, all from my family. I didn't answer. Growing up, I was always the forgotten child. My sister was the beautiful one, my brother, the golden boy. I was the afterthought. I worked, studied, and sacrificed. Every milestone I reached, they met with silence. When my research got published, they shrugged. When I got promoted, they barely looked up from their wine glasses. But when they had their victories, my sister's engagement, my brother's new car, they threw parties, made toasts, and went on vacations. That night should have been different. My award wasn't just a plaque, it was proof. The world's recognition that I was worth something. But they had chosen a trip, sun, cocktails, and laughter without me. The betrayal wasn't new, but it felt final. The pattern was always there. They celebrated together, excluding me. Group chats I wasn't added to. Photos of dinners I was never invited to. But when I saw the vacation pictures, my siblings clinking glasses, my parents in the background, all smiling on the same night, I stood alone under the stage lights. Something in me shifted. It wasn't neglect. It was deliberate. I was never one of them, and they thought I'd keep begging for scraps. The shift? I didn't cry. Not that night. Not anymore. Instead, I stared at the key. The stranger's words echoed, "Welcome home." It took me a moment to realize it wasn't random. The key was to my aunt's house, the one she'd promised me years ago. In whispers my parents dismissed as fantasy. She'd said, "One day they'll see you don't need them. One day this will be yours." That day had come. The house wasn't just a home. It was wealth. In her will, everything had been left to me. Quietly, legally, unbreakably. The papers were finalized months earlier. My parents thought they were in charge. They weren't. And the key wasn't just symbolic. It was real power. The next morning, while my family was still away, I moved in. My aunt's lawyer met me there, documents in hand. I signed everything. Bank accounts, properties, assets, all mine. By the time they landed from their trip, their credit cards were frozen, their access revoked. That explained the 66 missed calls. They thought I was still the forgotten child. They hadn't realized I was already the heir. The confrontation came 2 days later. They stormed up the driveway, sunburnt, angry, dragging their luggage behind them. My mother's voice was shrill. "What is going on? Why can't we access the accounts? Why is the lawyer saying, 'You're in charge'?" I opened the front door slowly, calm, controlled. "Because I am—" My father's face went pale. My sister scoffed. My brother laughed like it was a joke. I handed them copies of the will, black and white. My aunt's signature, the court seal. Their laughter died. "You manipulated her," my father spat. "No," I said evenly. "She saw me. Something you never did." My sister's voice cracked. "This isn't fair." I almost smiled. Neither was missing my award night. But here we are. The unraveling was immediate. Without access to the accounts, their vacation debts hit hard, creditors called. Their lifestyle, trips, restaurants, designer clothes, crumbled in weeks. They begged me for help, left voicemails filled with apologies that sounded more like demands. But I never raised my voice, never cursed. My revenge was silence, paperwork, locked gates. I gave them nothing. Now I sit in the library of the house they once dismissed as an old woman's burden. My award rests on the mantle, gleaming in the sunlight. My phone still buzzes sometimes with their numbers. I let it ring because here's the truth. They taught me I was invisible. I believed them until the night I stood on that stage. Key in hand, 66 calls, lighting up my screen. And I realized I never needed their applause. I only needed their absence. That was my award. That was my homecoming.